as well. Boom, we're doing that. Wonderful. This can go away. Woo. All right, boys. How we doing, everybody?
Man, I'm doing.
That's good to know. Good to hear. All right. What do we want? What subdivision do we want to live in? Anybody got a preference? Who wants to play tonight? Is somebody that wants to play tonight already on?
I mean, I'd like to. I haven't done it before.
That's totally fine. You live in a subdivision?
I mean, I do, yeah.
What? I'm not trying to get you to dox yourself. Don't even tell me like what state or anything, but the nature of your subdivision, is it like next to a forest, kind of next to it, or is it like in the sea of subdivisions? Is it close to like a strip mall or something? Like what kind of looks like your subdivision around here?
Let me see. There's a park not that far from me, and I'm kind of on the outskirts of where it's still like urban.
Sure, I got you. So something like this maybe,
I mean,
or something
yeah, that
like
would be fine.
over here. It doesn't have to perfectly reflect blah
Yeah.
blah blah. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be close enough. Oh shoot, I just realized I'm watching you on I have your live stream on my TV, not my phone, so there's a delay, so I wasn't looking at the same spot that you were talking about when you asked if that was good.
Oh,
But I'm sure whatever
okay,
you
yeah.
chose was fine.
Sounds good, boss. Kids, dogs. All right, fellas. So, the situation at hand, if I do recall what I typed up, basically they really clamped down on this Epstein thing. They don't want anybody talking about it. They start to cancel people and shut stuff down and delete it off social media, et cetera, et cetera. Anybody that's talking about the Epstein list. Elon Musk and his platform X, they don't go along with that. They allow people to talk about Epstein freely. Because of this, the FBI seizes X's servers, as well as they arrest Elon Musk on allegations and charges that he is a CCP agent who's here to cause a bunch of ruckus in America, get America to fight amongst itself. The same night that he is taken into custody, there is a massive data dump in the far reaches of the internet, the modern 4chan status places, and it appears to be just a complete data dump of the raw Epstein information, right? Not only the Epstein list, but all the videos, everything, all the Epstein documents. And so possession of these documents obviously contains CP as well as top secret information. So if you are in possession of them, or if they're on your computer or whatever, You are, if you get caught, it's automatically multiple felonies, no questions asked. And, but enough people have seen it and talked about it and distributed it to enough websites and stuff that most people haven't seen it themselves, but basically everybody knows about it and understands the gist of what's on there, right? On these videos, it implicates what everybody assumes, that pretty much everybody that's of global power at all, be it political or corporation, is involved with these activities. That it's your entrance price to the club, and it's their what they hold over your head to make sure you agree to go along and all that, etc., etc. So as a result of this, the world basically erupts in chaos, but especially here in America, like George Floyd riots times 20, right? So basically everywhere that's a city is on fire with riots. We are living in the outskirts of Dallas. So Dallas proper, which is north of us, right? So this is that intersection that we are. And so if we look, Dallas proper is just north of us up here. Okay. So all of the law enforcement in this area are tied up dealing with the stuff in the, the larger downtown Dallas area itself. So there is really no help coming for anybody out here in the outskirts and the subdivisions. And you've heard reports on social media that in your general local area, right, in the outskirts of Dallas, you've heard and seen videos that rioters are like going into subdivisions and setting houses on fire and looting houses. Stuff like that. Not necessarily out to hurt people, but if people get in their way, they're definitely willing to do violence. And they are just trying to destroy property and loot and cause general mayhem. All right, so you live where this little dot is, right? We'll say you live right here on the corner of these two streets in this house. And your 14-year-old son is hanging out at his friend's house, who is right here at this subdivision, pretty adjacent to you. Okay, and so there you go. Does anybody have any questions about that setting, scenario, or situation? Any questions at all?
Is this going to be
Go for it.
ahead.
Yeah.
Is this a two-person TDG?
So, right, this first one is really going to expand fast, right? So I'm setting up a scenario that I feel like is probably common for most people. If somebody starts to play and they start to say, hey, this is how I have things I have going on in my life, we can absolutely immediately adjust the board to that. Right, but the idea is, right, all this outbreaks, there's chaos, there's outbreaks, it's starting to outbreak in your local area. I think the last note I wrote down in my write-up was that you're generally known and liked amongst most of your neighbors, your community, whatever, but you're not, there's no neighborhood watch, you're not part of a local militia or anything specific like that. So part of the initial TDG is playing out, like, what would you do? How do you get your kid? How do you go about talking to your neighbors and rallying people? How rapid of a threat do you assess this to be? Based on how you go about getting people, we'll see what numbers you have and how you can lock down the neighborhood with those numbers, et cetera, et cetera. Kind of start rolling things out step by step. But
Gotcha. I just didn't know if someone was going to play the kid and coordinate via phone with the main dad.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that if we want to do that, right? 14-year-old, he's old enough, especially, if you've been raising your kids up right. You might trust him to maneuver himself to the house if you want to handle it that way, or whatever the case is. We can absolutely do two people, if that's applicable.
Not that I would be that person. I'm just inquiring.
No, yeah, we can 100% run it that way. I hadn't originally thought of it that way, but we can definitely do it that way.
In this hypothetical, am I just like alone at the house and I gotta go get the kid, or am I like with the boys? Is the family there with me, or have we not decided that?
Yeah, whoever decides to play, basically, I'm going to try to model this as close to their personal life, so whatever is reasonable and relative to your daily activities.
Okay,
I'll be
gotcha.
your buddy Jake that lives next door. We have beers together.
Sure. I mean, if whoever says I want to go, if you no, I am part of the neighborhood watch, or yeah, I have 3 guys that I ruck with in my neighborhood every week or whatever. Like, great, I'll slap some more blue dots up there, no problem. So, if there's no greater questions, who would like to go today?
I'll be one of the people in the not the main people, but like one of the neighbors.
Well, we don't know if there's neighbors yet. We have to get there far. We have to have a main person to do something.
I'll go.
Who's that?
Um,
Oh, I see.
that was the
Redhead?
can
Redhead?
you see who's talking? Yeah.
Got you. All right, cool. Yeah, man. So, what does a normal day in your life? What does do you know your neighbors? Do you not know your neighbors, et cetera, et cetera? What steps would you take from this point?
I know a couple of my neighbors. Normal day in my life, go to work, come home. I don't have a family, so this would be a little.
You got a girlfriend?
Not currently, no.
You got who's the most frail local family member? You got like a grandma or an aunt that uses a cane or something like that?
Nobody in the immediate vicinity.
All right, we'll just
All right,
pretend.
I'll replace you, bud, because I got a wife and kids. So
Good enough.
Okay, yeah. So you go, hippie Band-Aid.
all right, I'm a paramedic, so I work 12 hours a day. My wife stays at home. I have one kid. He's 2 years old, and then one kid on the way. So
Okay, we'll say you're home. It's the 12 hours that you are at the house.
what my kit looks like, I actually drive a ex-police Interceptor that still has the trunk safe. So I carry my equipment and a registered SBR with me with 7 magazines, full battle loadout.
Sure.
Least.
Okay. Do you have any like neighbors or anything like that you know in your super local area? People you want to call?
The neighbor across from me is also prior service Army. He was infantry. He and I hang out pretty regularly. And then same diagonally across from me, he's prior law enforcement.
Something like that?
So, yep, looks about right.
Okie doke. All right, so talk us through what are you doing?
Where's the main element coming out of?
Right, so the main issue is going to be north in Dallas, right? That's like where you know for sure stuff is going on, and then you're just seeing on social media that that there's no specific location, but you're just seeing, hey, in the outskirts of Dallas, which is generally where you are, there are some people that are leaving the main riots and starting to cause fires and looting and general mayhem in some subdivisions. So you don't have an exact idea, you don't have a battle track map of exactly where it's going on at this time, unless you can explain to me for some reason why you think you would have that. And then, but there is reasonable reason for you to start to take, some actions.
I just keep updated on the news. I follow a bunch of private news sources on Telegram, and I would just forward them to the neighbors. We have a group chat, so started to notice something, or just start to get wary. Maybe place some weapons on the inside.
Okay. So you wouldn't call your kid home. You wouldn't take any actions, even if you thought that some subdivisions in Dallas outside of Dallas were being assaulted, if you will.
I would call him and ask if he's heard anything about it. My son was older,
Okay.
Just make sure he's safe.
Yeah. Okay.
And
cool.
make sure he's not taking part of it, for sure.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. No worries. Okie doke. So let's say you are watching the news close, and you're starting to really battle track what's going on. And you hear that this subdivision, or this outdoor strip mall, whatever you want to call it, is generally under siege, right? I don't know. We can't really see what's here, but I think if we go to the Google Maps, what do we got going on
It's
here?
an In-N-Out Burger distribution center.
Oh, this is distribution
the building
centers?
above.
Okay, well, whatever. All the same. So all this, we'll see. We'll say that you're getting reports on social media that a lot of these buildings are being set on fire and people are like looting out of the distribution centers and stuff like that. You know, you see a couple videos that you're able to identify in those videos that these are the buildings that they're at right now.
Yeah, at that point, I would call my kid home. It's getting a little bit too close.
Okay. What do we got going on here? To get home, he would have to go, it looks like, I wonder if this connects. Kenwood. Okay, yeah, he can go like this. He can go like this. Burp. All right, so he comes home to you like this. And let's say that he told you when he was on his way home that he couldn't really tell what was going on, but it seemed like when he turned to this corner here to come down East Wheeland, he said that there was like, he could see a bunch of traffic, like insane amounts of traffic, and it looked like a bunch of people outside of their cars walking around and stuff on what is I-35. But he doesn't really know, like, you know, he was just on his way home. He didn't try to get a good look. He was just looking out the car window as his friend's mom was driving him. You
Do we assume that that's just traffic backed up because Dallas is chaos, or that something happened like on the highway?
right, so your you know, your old son is saying to you, like, it was crazy. It's not just like normal traffic. There was like a bunch of cars, and there was like everybody was out of their cars walking around. It was really weird. He seems convinced it's abnormal. You still with us, hippie?
Yeah, sorry. My wife's talking to me.
No, you're good, boss. I understand.
Is there an off-ramp on that 35 exit there? Towards our subdivision on Wheeland?
Right, so there's got to be, right? This is a main, this is like a big intersection, and then here's the on or the off ramp. There's got to be, I guess here's the off ramp right here. That's the off ramp, on ramp, and then here's off ramps, on ramps. So yeah, there are basically on either side of your subdivision complexes, north and south.
I would ask my cop buddy if he has any information.
Yeah, so you
he just recently retired in a local area, so.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, he says it's hard to get any information about anywhere outside of Dallas because that's pretty much where they've called everybody into, is into like the major city. But he does know that his cop buddies are telling him that they are starting to go up and down the major highways and kind of start to cause problems. They know that much for sure.
Are they targeting anyone specifically, or is this like against PD, ICE, that kind of thing, or?
He says that it's like it's just a full steam riot at this point. Like, it's very unpredictable. People are super aggravated and violent. It's like full mob mentality. They're definitely, a lot of people are after loot. If you get in their way or try to oppose them, they're definitely gonna mob you down. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. George Floyd riot status, but just much larger. Right. Just like,
in our group chat, I would talk to them and note that what my son saw, and see if there's any concerns or if they would want to potentially leave the area together because it's close.
Okay. Let's say they're all interested in leaving the area together. Where would you like to go to? In your life, do you have like a pre-planned bug out location?
Yes.
All right. Without revealing anything too important, like how far away is that? How many miles or how many hours or roughly, or give me a range, something.
25 minutes away, and it's an old decommissioned communications tower with like radio and stuff. So.
Got you. All right. Cool. So yeah, let's say that they all agree that they want to take off to leave. So what's y'all's plan to do that? You just gonna load up the cars? Everybody's pretty ready. In 30 minutes, y'all are on the road or something like that?
Yeah, I would say 20 minutes and to be on the road, 20 minutes to get there, and we just convoy out.
Okay.
I have spare radios, so if they didn't have radios, I would distribute them.
All right. Okay, so let's say you hit in the convoy, you exit the neighborhood, and when you approach I-35, you notice that there is a roadblock right here. That they are like a whole mob is right here on the highway and on both sides of the highway. Right, so the highway is in like a gridlock traffic, and there's people walking around, and then the overflow of people like on the on and off ramps, and then at all of these like McDonald's and these gas stations and stuff are completely taken over, like block takeover, and there's people walking around the streets like swinging baseball bats, and there's like trash cans on fire.
There's somewhere else here.
Right.
Do you see any other like radio towers out there somewhere?
Any radio towers? I don't.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like it's kind of outstate, not towards the city.
Right, for sure. I'm just saying, like the first you just basically barely got out of your subdivision, went to the first highway, it's blocked off, right? So you're probably gonna turn around, come this way. You could have been trying to hit that highway to head south. Maybe that was a bad idea. We shouldn't even went there. But, oh my goodness, if I can grab it. Come on. All right. You head this way. And let's say it's smaller, but pretty much same thing. It's not like a whole mass of like hundreds and hundreds of people. It's just 10, 20 dudes. And like a couple cars parked off in the middle of the highway and stuff, but enough that you probably don't want to try to drive through them, or do you?
Yeah, I would try to drive through them.
Okay.
Are these like hooligans open carrying, or are they just people?
Right, like it's a huge mix, which is what I keep trying to like to say, right? So this is like I keep saying, think the George Floyd riots. So probably the bulk of the people are just like pissed off about Epstein and carrying an Epstein sign, but then there's plenty of them that are like trying to smash windows and steal Jordans, like Antifa's out running around open carrying rifles. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to know exactly the prerogatives or the demeanor of the individual you're going to come across, because there's a wide variety of people out on the streets right now.
I got you there. I was just wondering if, because you mentioned like a group of 10 to 20 people on this side of the road, I was wondering if you had an image of them in your mind as organized, or if it's just another mixed bunch.
It looks pretty disorganized, but they definitely showing malicious intent. You see at least a couple guns.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're going to try to run through. All right. So, what do I think? 3 vehicles, run through, 2 guns, 10 guys. It's a serpentine. Yeah, okay. I say you attempt to go through. All vehicles make it all the way through. You are the lead Vic, so you're the first through, and then you get to right about here, and you see that the second Vic swerves off-road and crashes, kind of comes to a rest in a ditch, and third Vic passes him, right? This is all happening within the span of like 100 yards. And are you gonna pull over for your buddy, or are you gonna push through?
We'll pull over.
Okay.
Don't leave him.
Yeah, for sure. You pull over. Any sort of actions you want to take with dismounts? Just everybody runs over to the car to check them. What's the plan?
It depends on who. I'd probably have the other driver of the other vehicle get out and cover, and then I would hop out and run over to the vehicle to check for injuries.
Sure. Let's say this is the military veteran and his family's vehicle. Sorry, 1 second. Bear with me. All right, yeah. So military veteran and his vehicle are the one that took contact. So you have your law enforcement officer, retiree friend, hop out and cover you down the road, and then you're going to go as the trained medical individual and check on the vet?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that how does your vet friend has a family, or is he just a single dude?
Wife, kids are already moved out.
Got it. Let's say that his wife got shot in the right shoulder, and it was all of the chaos of her freaking out and him obviously being upset about it as well that caused them to lose control of the vehicle. The vehicle is not totaled. It's still operational. You go ahead and take over from there.
I would radio over to my wife. I would have her jump in the driver's seat.
Okay.
And start going. I would hop in the back of their vehicle and start treatment from the back while he gets back on the road.
Okay, so
I
you
start packing while they're driving, so we can get to a better location, so they don't start trying to pull up on us.
All right, sounds good. Let me find a bug out location for you to get to. You took me for a whirlwind here, friend. 25 minutes away. Rural.
I just have a friend who's like a 5G radio tower specialist. He bought an old radio tower that he has the keys for, and I have the code for it. So that's kind of was our plan if anything ever happened. But it's one of those old ones that is like nuclear rated.
All right. Debating on how I should run this. I think. Ba-da-da-da-da. Alrighty. Just one more moment. All right, so we are at our bug out location. Where are we? Right here. So we've made it to our bug out location. What are your first priorities of work once you get there? Let's say you stabilized your friend's wife. So she's all patched up and good as she's going to be for right this moment. What are we doing from there?
Establishing security and getting a foothold. Well, just making sure that we have our communications up. Setting up the ham radio and just trying to figure out what else is going on in the city. See how bad it's getting. At that point, I would contact all our other friends and get see how their situations are, because we're part of like a large. Well, I know you said there's not like a militia group in this, but I'm part of a militia. Just everyone's a little bit further away. So
you're good. We've bugged out, so let's talk about the situation at the bug out for sure. No worries there. I put that in the wrong layer, so just 1 second. But yeah, so we're at the bug out. What's your estimated manpower at this bug out location?
At at this bug out location, people are going to vary getting there. One person lives 5 minutes away from that. That's the guy who owns it. And he's also prior service. Then the rest of our group varies from 30 minutes to like an hour and a half away from that location.
Okay, so yeah, let's say it's an hour, and let's say 80% of your group shows up. What are your numbers?
Say we have the three of us included. We're at 12, probably 12 people now.
All right, 12 people. So I'm gonna just switch that to 3 fire teams. 3 fire teams of 4? Does that sound good to you, or would you rather be organized into a different task organization?
Yeah, 3 fire teams of 4 is fine.
And you like these fire team leaders, or should they be relabeled?
They're fine.
All right, wonderful, cool. So there you go, 12 dudes, 3 fire teams of 4. Let's say you're in this. You kind of have control of this little rural subdivision right here. Does that sound reasonable to you?
Yeah, it's fine.
How are you? What are you doing down here?
We'd go door to door and knock and let people know what's going on in the cities.
Okay.
Just try to establish to make sure they're not freaking out with everyone with guns over here.
Sure. Are you looking for additional volunteers?
Yes.
Okay.
Additional volunteers or lookouts, and setting up control points on the streets.
All right. Let's say you get another 4 guys, or another 12 guys. I apologize. So now you have 24 people total.
Nice. At that point, we'll set up one fire team as command, and then have the other one set up a perimeter.
Okay, where would you like your perimeter to be?
Both sides of the main road.
Something like that. Is that what you're thinking? Or are you thinking over here, this is the main road, huh?
Yeah, the south Beltine.
Yep.
With we hold the road. We would have our command at the Baptist church, so a command section would be there.
Okay.
Another fire team is going to be on the west side of that municipality, kind of up towards where that little runoff is. Not there, back in the trees here by Kilson Drive, kind of up in that wood line, closest to where that water is.
Like right in here?
There you go. Yeah, up in that wood line. And then probably roving patrols in the streets.
Sure.
And then if we have, because I have 20 radios that are just Baofeng radios and some nicer radios, I would distribute the 20 Baofengs amongst the households, closest to Civ 3 as well as Civ 2, and just have people on the lookout. Just in their homes if they're not willing to volunteer on the outside.
Right. Give Grandma a Baofeng instead of a cell phone to gossip about everything she sees.
Yep.
All right. So, let's say 24 hours go by. Dallas is still under complete siege. You hear reports now that not only is it like the downtown area, but you hear that most of the highways around the city are locked down by sporadic like gang checkpoints, vehicle checkpoints, and that there is definitely sporadic looting going on in the subdivisions immediately outside of Dallas. So it's been
there goes my house.
yeah. So it's been a full 24 hours or so, right? So it's the middle of the afternoon the next day. All right, and let's go ahead.
My riot just still requiring me to go in.
Oh, you gotta take off?
No, I was saying is my job's calling me in, making me go to work.
Sure.
Yeah, you got to think of the shareholders, dude. Just because there's riots.
It's a hospital, man. It's hospital-based EMS. You know how it is.
Yeah. Let's say that they are. What are you doing? Let's say they do want you to come into work.
Leave the family there with retired LEO and retired military, and I would have my vehicle because it has the actual trunk safe in it, so it's locked. And I would go through and I would be wearing my EMS uniform, and hopefully people would be sympathetic to EMS rather than law enforcement. I'll even put like medical placards on my car if I have to.
Okay. I feel like they're not going to care. Do you think they're going to care? You think they care about that kind of stuff?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely not. All right.
Considering they took over ambulances from my ambulance service during the riots, yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, so let's say that whoa. All right, we'll put these off to the side.
Hey, Hippie Band-Aid, I may have missed this if you said it. I apologize, but is like food and water storage consideration for your bug out spot? Do you guys have that, or are you going to need to go collect it?
We all each, so I have 7 months worth of food. Obviously, I can't haul all of that with me in one go. But the individual who owns that land does have stock food at that location.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to drag you back and forth nonstop. All right.
And what's even worse is I'm Metro EMS, so.
So your long gun is in the trunk of the car, correct?
Yes. At this point, it's probably moved up closer. Well, no, I'd keep it there, and I'd just be concealed carrying.
Okie doke. Makes sense. All right, so basically, as soon as you start getting close to Dallas and start hitting some major highways, this is I-20 here, you encounter riot-type roadblocks, right? So the whole highway is fully shut down, stuff on fire in the middle of the streets, cars on fire in the middle of the streets, people walking around. What would you do?
Oh, I'd call into work, be like, "There's no way." Sorry.
Got it. All right. And then you just RTB.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yep. No, I'm not gonna risk that.
Cool. All right. So you RTB. It's now getting late in the evening. The sun is still out. It's it's like 6 o'clock or so, 7 o'clock or so, and 3 vehicles approach from this main highway here, Berlin Road, South Belton Road. There it is. Mm-hmm. And right, so 3 vehicles approach. These are all Suburbans, like Tahoes, Escalade, Suburban type stuff. Extra. All right. 3 of them approach. They stop and pull off to the side of the road when they basically get within eyesight of your fire team out here doing their little presence blockade, and they stay parked. And about 5 minutes goes by, and they're still parked out there. There's about 150 yards dispersion between your fire team and that lead vehicle. Anybody do anything, or what are you thinking?
Just they're gonna radio for QRF, so we'd have the roving patrols start to converge on their position, just as reinforcements, just in case.
Okay. Right, so these guys come up. Boom. They start walking up. They get up here to the corner. It's now been about it's been about 15, 20 minutes or so. And then as soon as these guys pretty much get on scene shortly after that, all three of these vehicles pull out, do a short U-turn, and then take off back the way they came. Any thoughts? You just
thoughts is that they're doing reconnaissance. So we would have a more established perimeter on that side. Keep our roving patrols there. Where else do we have? So we only have 2 roving patrols, or?
Yeah, as of right now. Yeah, I mean, how you have everybody. These are all 4 people each square as of right now.
4, 8, 12, 16, 20. We would have the vet stay on that side, and Leo would kind of do roving perimeters, or from kind of staying in that area, but they're mobile. Yeah, like that.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm going to send 2 of my guys from my squad up into that tree line as reconnaissance as well.
Okay. Whoa. Stretched out, extra wide.
Don't ride that bike, buddy. Here, take this one.
All right. Let's see on Google. Where does this go? Dalton Road goes all the way up there. This comes down like that. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. All right, so you reinforce. Another 3 hours or so goes by. It's approximately 9 p.m. It's starting to get pretty dark, and you see what you suspect to be those same 3 vehicles begin to approach now down this smaller avenue right here. All right. And then they come, and their plan is they're going to come and turn this corner and keep coming this way. While they're doing all that, let's say you identify them while they're about halfway down this road. Do you make any actions while they're on their way?
Yeah, I'm going to have Vet start to move. Same with the LEO squad. They're going to move on that main road. LEO's going to stop at the end of Burns Drive. And they'll intercept there.
Okay.
Civ 1's not going to engage, but they're not going to show themselves. They can stay in the tree line.
Okay. And you want them to continue to converge on them, or stay right here on this half?
They're going to stay in that tree line as well.
All right.
They're also going to stay in the tree line, so they have the rear.
Got it. So these cars pull. When they turn the corner, they shut their headlights off. They pull, and they creep and pull off to the side of the road right here. And then you see 2 or 3 individuals per vehicle hop out. Let me get my icons. Right, and not everybody has a gun, but you definitely see enough guns to know that they have malicious intent. They hop out. They all have ski masks on. And goodness. Right, and then they start to head into the tree line in the direction of the subdivision, right? Are you doing anything? Are you kind of waiting to be fired upon before you do anything? What's your thought process? Whoa. Your mic is muted right now, Hippie. You probably had to...
We'll call 911, and we're going to... that way, just it's on record that we attempted to call.
Sure. Okay, yep, you call, and you get a busy signal. No one even picks up.
Nice. At this point, LEO is going to hold position as same as Vet. We'll kind of sit tight and see what's happening here.
All right, so they continue to proceed, and then they cross this threshold. And as soon as they get to houses, the first house, they kind of all start to converge and head into. You see them start to kick in the door of that house.
Hey, are these guys like wearing like tactical gear and looking all scary, or are they just looters and ne'er-do-wells?
Right. So there's a good mix of gun. Probably at least half of them have guns. It's a random assortment of hoopla, a lot of ARPs and whatnot. They have ski masks. Some of them are kind of carrying like duffel bags and stuff like that. And they appear to have malicious intent, primarily to loot, but who knows what else.
At that point, when they start banging on the door, Elia or vet group is going to come up from behind them and shoot for ROE.
Okay, so they, one person from vet group stands up and says, "Hey, stop, get the hell out of here," or whatever. They turn around and immediately start to engage. These two guys start to engage and run to the northeast, and then these two groups engage and kind of run off this direction.
Elio is going to move in to assist vet. Civ 1 is going to engage the cars and take out tires.
Okay.
Or take out drivers. At this point, it's they're all targets.
Yep. All right. So these cars are mobility killed. There was no drivers in them, but they are Swiss cheese. Tires are gone. Engine blocks are messed up. Those are mobility killed. You want Elio to come up and assist vet. Okay, he comes up, and these guys are assist how? Who's going where? What are we doing?
They'll assist the contacts. Elio is gonna go left. Vet's gonna go, they're both gonna go left. Vet's gonna go after that guy. Hippie 2 is gonna pull back towards the main road to try to intercept, and Elio is gonna move towards the vehicles facing those two.
Okay. All right, and what's your guys' goal here is to destroy, right?
Capture.
Shoot on sight, capture.
These two guys that are running, we'll try to capture.
Okay.
If possible. If they return fire again, we'll execute.
This is like a group of 4 dudes. Each of these is like 2 guys.
Oh, okay.
So each of these is a full group of vehicle dismounts, 2 or 3 people. So this is like destroy.
Shoot to disable. Yeah, there you go. Shoot to disable is the correct political term.
Sure. All right. Cool. So you come up here and you establish a pretty good L-shaped ambush on these guys and are able to rapidly eliminate them. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. These guys are running for their life, and you are able to set up an easy ambush. And so what's the goal here with Hippie 2? You also want to destroy, or you're going to try to capture?
We'll try to capture.
All right. So these guys are running, and you literally jump out of this tree line and clothesline these dudes, like tackle them, and you're able to successfully capture them. Throw zip ties on them, disarm them, all that good business.
Wait, they're going into the church then.
All right, into the church they go. All right, so talk me through. What are you thinking? What are you looking at? What information are you trying to get?
Looking for more numbers if they're a recon group, what their overall goal was. And why they started shooting at us in the first place.
Okay. Sure.
Who, what, when, where, and why, and who they are if they're affiliated with groups and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say they're part of the South Side Riders. A name I literally just made up off the top of my head. So if there is a South Side Riders, I'm not talking about you. Right. So they're part of the South Side Riders, and Their gang is massive, right? Thousands of people strong, they say, and they're just out taking advantage. Since the government's been taking advantage of us, we out taking advantage of whatever we can get as well.
I mean, there's the why.
Yeah, they just told you.
Why attack innocent people, man?
Huh? Yeah, well, I mean, you know how it goes. In their views, this is you're a higher class than me. You're also in their.
Well, now they're gonna be pretty much hogtied. They're no access to cell phones, nothing. If anything, I'll try to use their facial recognition to unlock their phones. And also playing nice with them before we do that. See if they have any other people planning to come down this way. and let him know that we have cops coming here too.
Okay.
We're lying for our teeth, of course.
Yeah. So they say you have cops coming. He says, "Man, ain't cops going nowhere. Cops be busy." And then he says that they know we was coming down here. They know we was coming down here. That's all you can tell about whether other people are coming or who knows what.
Is there anything on his device worth to know?
Hey, why didn't you just say that? Why didn't you just say he's already in bed? Really?
Oh.
You're good. 1 second. You're good.
Gosh.
Okay. So, is there anything of note on his device? Not anything specific, right? You unlock it, you look through it. It's just a bunch of like gang activity stuff, right? Repping his colors, drugs, guns.
Any group chats that like related to this so that he states he's going out this way or something?
Sure. You can say he was texting Big Dog T, and he said, "Yeah, we're going out way down south." And Big Dog T said, "All right, let me know what it's like out there."
At this point, how long?
T is hilarious.
I'm just shooting from the hip with all these names. Okay, what'd you say you're gonna do, Hippie? I apologize.
Sorry, I was talking to my neighbor.
No, you're good, boss. What actions would you take based off that Big Dog T text?
What was the most, like, how long ago was that response?
Let's say that was 5 hours ago that they had that little conversation.
That's good. I would send a text message saying, "Man, there ain't shit down here. We're coming back."
Okay. Got it. All right. Anything else, or just kind of set up the perimeter and back to business as normal?
I try to call law enforcement again to let them know there's been an engagement.
You get a busy signal again.
Of course. At that point, we just document everything that was taken, document everything that we found on the phone, pictures, the whole 9 yards. Render aid to any of the potentially injured. And then, business as usual. All
right. I think that we're just going to go ahead and wrap it here on this one. Not really enough time for me to throw another scenario in on it. A little bit shorter than we normally do, but that's okay. We've gone over the last handful of weeks. Threw me for a loop on this one, but that's fine. As these weeks progress, we'll kind of keep the same map just as I did here. We might impromptu throw up other parts of the map, but going to kind of progress through the stages of a total collapse and into all the other, Civil War and stuff like that. As the weeks go on, the story will continue to progress. This is just the opening stages, which is also cool, right? Because each week we'll kind of get a good variety of a different progressing scenario rather than repeating scenarios a bunch. So,
do you think it would be worth it to have whenever somebody else takes over, like stuff from the previous week still in play?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it all as congruent as possible. Definitely. I'll probably think of a way to reset us back in the city, or have it be somebody else, but leave you out here, and then, if you want to come in another week or whatever, it'll be out here again, but then the setting will be different, whatever that week's, how it's progressed or whatever. No super solidified plans, obviously. Just like tonight, I try to make it as relevant to the individual and the current events as possible. So I try to keep things pretty flexible.
That's pretty cool.
But definitely try to run the story congruent, develop it week by week, use the same maps, keep the same players and stuff like that if we can, for sure. Anybody have any questions about this? It was pretty simple stuff. I don't have a lot to say. I think that trying to blow through that checkpoint was probably pretty ballsy. I don't know if I would have done that, but Also, you know, if you really think your whole neighborhood's about to get overran and you don't think there's a chance you can defend it, then you got to do what you got to do to get out of there. So
yeah, I was there. Well, after what happened with the riots, I don't know if you guys were there, but I was trapped in Salt Lake City during the riots, and my car got destroyed, and we got held up in one of the city buildings because I was working for the city at the time. So
yeah, it's pretty rough one.
But I'd rather risk it to get out than get stuck and have my family beaten and killed. You know.
I mean, definitely, that's not a good day. Yeah, I think this was. Go ahead, go for it.
Question about the macro of the situation.
Yeah, what's up?
Would they pull like in Egypt, Iran, with like this martial law? Would they have any would the local government have any dominion over any like IP or cellular providers to like squelch them?
I mean, that's
given that they're trying to like silence the Epstein leaks.
Sure. Yeah, that is probably something that will happen in the coming weeks. That's a great idea,
if
for
you
sure.
have ham radios, like, seriously, you should just get one, even if you aren't, like, they're cheap.
Yes. Though I don't necessarily recommend the Bayo thing. It is great if you're gonna pass it out, or if you know, you buy the $30 radio because it's just $30, and then because you have the radio, you turn it on and listen to it, and you play with it because it's turned on, and then now because you're playing with it, you get your license or whatever, or you don't get your license. Who gives a shit? And you buy a better radio and you program it, and you know, it can be an entry drug, so that's good too.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of Baofangs, right? Because I was an account manager for a shitty security agency, and we just ordered Baofangs all the time. So
yeah,
personal radios are like TYT, UV 9R.
Yes, sir.
So,
absolutely.
And then other nice ham radios since I have an operator's license.
Yo. I like a license because it lets me practice with my gear, and even personally, more important than that, is test my gear without having to bug somebody else or have a ham buddy or whatever. I can just hop on the nets and see if other people can hear me or see if I can hear other people. So that's the main reason I decided to get a license. I get asked that question a lot. That's why I'm answering it here. Alrighty, anybody got questions about anything at all? What's up, Uncle Ouija?
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Doing good. We ended a little earlier today. I don't know if you just hopped in or not. We're already done with the tactical portion.
I saw the final interrogation phase.
Yeah, figuring out what Big Dog T's up to for sure.
Yeah, he was talking to NBA sickle cell. Hell yeah.
All right, fellas. Anybody have questions about anything at all? Alrighty. Well, I appreciate y'all showing up. Next week, I'm sure we'll run just a little bit longer. This was still a good time. It was fun to get thrown for a loop as the dungeon master, having to come up with stuff on the fly. That was pretty cool. Alrighty. Catch y'all later.